Watch as I transform this 7x4 rectangular backdrop that has 3 different trim sections and looks just like this, and I convert it into a backdrop that only has 2 trim sections and looks like this. So let's get started. The first step of the process is to remove all the vinyl, and though this is permanent vinyl, it does come off relatively easy. And once I finished removing all the vinyl, and then I began to remove the top trim on the backdrop, I am using a straight edge and a putty knife. I am trying not to damage the trim as I plan to reattach at a different time. I also labeled it so I knew exactly where to install it next time. Once I was finished with that, I then used the putty knife and a hammer to remove all the nails and to scrape off all the excess glue, uneven sections where there's paint buildup and splintering. I then gave it a quick vacuum and a nice thorough sanding. Once I was finished with that, I then moved on to the wood filler, where I filled in any of the nail holes and blended in everything perfectly. I then let it dry for about 30 minutes and gave it another quick sanding. And this was just to ensure that everything was smooth, so we were unable to see the paint difference. And once I was finished with that, I gave it a nice wipe. I then went ahead and sanded down the rest of the board to prep it for the paint. And though both parties used pink, there was a slight variance in the tone. But make sure to put all your questions in the comments and follow for part 2.